right, fellas, we're gonna get started. We are giants. Do we have the balls to commit? We're also professional thinkers. When I embarked on this journey uh, into manhood, I I was confident I had the tools that would allow me to see it through. I started out hard and kept going hard, and I still go hard. In life, once I was ready, I was able to keep all my efforts A plus. But my enthusiasm started to wane. My zeal, my excitement. Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Rosebud?
All right, what's happening with you?
Shit, not much. Hey, recently, I found a girl that I really like, but I think me being too honest, like, push her away. I told her that she won't be the only girl, and she kind of got scared. Now the relationship dynamic sort of changed. I wonder, was I being too honest, or
No, you was being
was I?
silly. You wasn't being honest.
I was silly, right?
That was silly, yes.
So you telling me to lie to this?
No, I ain't telling you to lie to the bitch. Why even bring that shit up?
Why even bring that to that, right? Because she was asking me what I want, what she wanted. Because she wanted something exclusive, and I told her like,
Hey
that ain't
man,
really.
you should have said, baby, if you exclusive material, so be it.
Mm.
Why couldn't you say something slick like that?
So you really mean that shit when you say, "Oh, we be playing"?
Man, come on, man. What the fuck you think I'm doing? Just talking?
Hell no.
You gotta be playing or you gonna get played.
Yeah, you right. And
So,
yeah,
so
you right.
what I'm saying is playing don't mean being dishonest. Playing mean having a motivation for what you're doing. You have something, an objective. You have something that you want, and you can't just ask for it.
Mm.
That's where
I mean, what you
playing.
mean by that?
That's where playing comes in. You got to say the things that make her suggest the shit to you,
Mm. So because are you going based off of like making them feel a certain type of way?
bro. If you understand this shit I'm talking, simply talking to them in the right way is gonna make them feel like in a certain way. They may
Mm.
not even know it,
Mm.
but you dealing, handling her verbally is gonna turn her on.
Yeah.
Period. It's
Yeah, because
gonna.
now the bitch don't even trust me.
Why? Cause you told her you was like every other nigga she run into.
Damn.
That's what you told her.
I, mm.
I don't
I
care
told her what
what
I
you.
had to do.
I don't care what you thought you was doing. You told her, yeah, baby, I like you, but I really ain't to be fucked with because I'm a dog.
Mm.
That's what you
That's
told
it.
her.
Yeah, I told her that shit.
So I'm saying you got to chalk that up and don't make that mistake again. But,
Yeah, word.
but you got you got her number,
Hell yeah.
man. Call the bitch.
But how do I turn that shit around? I can't say, "Oh, I'm not fucking with no other
No,
bitches."
what you got to do is call her up right now. Can you call her right now?
Yeah, I will. She go ahead.
Okay, wait a minute. Before you call her, get your shit together. And when you get on the phone, sound, you know, strong. I mean, don't be sounding like a bully, but
Yeah.
don't be whispering, and don't be sounding weak. Don't be saying none of that punk shit about I like you a lot, all that.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is when you call the bitch and she answer the phone, you say right away, damn, I can't get you off my mind.
Yeah.
And then she gonna say whatever, probably what? And then you say, I've been thinking about you, and let me tell you something. And go from there. Tell her whatever it is you want. What is it that you want?
Shit, I want her to be on my team.
No, man, no. Or do you sound like do you look like a team owner?
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
What you mean? You talking
I can tell by the way you talking you don't look like no goddamn team owner.
Come on, Rose.
No, come on you. What the fuck you doing, man? You lying.
I do want an exclusive relationship.
I don't care about no exclusive relationship. I asked, do you look like a team owner?
Absolutely.
What do you look like?
Black, dark skin. What you mean? What I look like?
You said you look like a team owner, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you look like?
I want to say I bring in a lot of money, but
I don't give a fuck what you want to say, man. I didn't ask you what you want to say. I'm trying to show you that you full of shit, which is why you can't catch this bitch. Which is why if you don't listen, you ain't gonna catch this bitch.
I want to.
You full of shit. Stop being full of shit. What kind of car you rolling in?
I'm in a Mitsubishi.
What kind of apartment or house you got?
I got my own house, 1-bedroom in Manhattan.
You got a 1-bedroom house?
Yes, an apartment in Manhattan.
You got an apartment, okay, a 1-bedroom apartment in Manhattan.
Yes, sir.
Sound like you got some tools, man, but you still don't.
I do.
You don't look like no motherfucking team owner.
Well, I'm trying to get a team, damn it.
Well, I didn't ask you what you trying to look like. I say what you look like. My point is if you're going to tell the bitch you want her on your team, you better look like a team owning motherfucker.
Absolutely. You got a point on that. You got a point.
Yeah, so that when you start talking that shit, she don't think you lying.
Yeah, you're right. I get where you coming from. I get what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is you started off wrong, right or wrong?
I started off wrong, for sure.
Okay, man, so with all that fake bullshit, you gonna keep missing. Why don't you get real? Call baby and say something that you would say, fuck the bullshit you be hearing in the streets. Now listen.
I'm listening.
Call the bitch up.
Yes.
Start the conversation off. Listen. And you tell her that you don't want what she think you want. And she gonna say, well, what you think I want? What you think I think you want? You gotta say something like, you think I want you I want you to be one of my girls. And you don't have to say one of my girls, but say something to that effect. Yeah. And but don't say my team. And then when you get to talking about that, you got to start being honest. Let her know where you coming from. I ain't saying kiss her fucking ass.
Yeah.
I'm saying let her know you coming from. I seen you. I dug on you, and shit. I can't get you off my mind. What we gonna do? See what she got to say. She might say, if she say, I don't know, then you got to come up with something. Well, I know what we're going to do. Tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Hey, wait, one more thing, Rose.
Yeah.
Another mistake that I'll be making, you remember you be telling me, like, there's a difference between being honest and being silly?
Yep.
Like, I sometimes, I catch myself, I be making the mistake of
opening up. What do you mean opening up?
Like I guess you would call it, that pillow talk and shit. Like telling them my life and shit, and I find out that that's a mistake.
Man, because you got a fucked up life and you be telling them some punk shit.
Yeah, I do.
Well, man, that ain't your life. That's the bullshit you telling them.
I don't gotta tell them that shit.
You sure don't. Just like she listening to you say that, she can listen to you say some positive shit. Girl, let me tell you something. I was really thinking, I kind of started imagining if I was fucking with you, like I'm kind of thinking I want to, we could do some big things together. And she gonna be curious. What you talking about? What kind of things? And I'm saying if you got some conversation and you got something in the mix, you can tell her some shit. I don't know what you doing. Matter of fact, what the fuck are you doing? See how quiet you are?
No, what did you say? You broke up, man.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm at work right now.
I ain't asking you what you doing right now. Are you playing pool? I'm asking you what the fuck are you doing for money? To be able to talk that team shit. What are you doing?
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. You asking me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a filmmaker.
You a what?
A filmmaker.
A filmmaker?
Yes, sir.
You got your own camera and shit? Real one?
All that shit. All that shit. That's how I make my income, man.
Now you serious?
I'm absolutely serious, 100%.
Motherfucker, ain't no way you ain't supposed to have no bitch.
Why not?
Cause, motherfucker, you got that goddamn camera. You ought to have hella shit to be talking about, girl. You know what? You got the curves. You got the curves that work on a man's nerve. I think I could take a few pictures of you and have you, on the camera, on the film. I don't know what you would say with that shit. I don't say that shit. But I know there's plenty of shit that bitch want to hear that you know to say.
And I get why confidence is so important. If you don't got confidence in yourself, you ain't got shit.
You ain't gonna be able to say none of this shit I'm talking about. Because you gotta have confidence to even have a nerve to say the shit. So what I'm saying is, which is why I fucking hate doing what I'm doing right now, because what I'm doing is telling you all this shit, knowing you ain't got a lick of confidence and you ain't gonna do shit but hear it. All it does is sound good to you, blah, blah, blah. But you ain't finna put none of this down.
You damn right I will.
Call her.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Call her.
Oh, call her. I thought you was talking about caller. Like, I'm the caller. I'll talk to you later, man.
No, man. Call her now on live so I can hear.
Shit. Hold on. You gotta mute yourself, man.
I got a what?
I'm calling right now.
Yeah, and don't talk to me. Talk to her. I just want to hear you so I can tell you what to do.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Sarah.
Hang up, man. You disconnected? Bro, you disconnected? Man, is you disconnected or not? Man, this dude, he probably on that phone talking what we can't hear, so I'm going to get rid of it. But all you cats that's listening, I'm telling you, Don't give me action at getting you on the phone with whoever you talking about. And let me just say something to you guys in this chat room. You guys need to get a life, especially this darn piece juicer. Why the fuck would you put all this bullshit on here just to put? Just, I don't know, just so you in there, just so you will be in there or something. Darn piece juicer. I really don't understand you in exposing the truth. I don't understand you either with all this stuff, man. You know, you guys. The first book I ever bought was American Pimp. Mm-hmm. Cop, whatever, he cop, whatever, you know, call her now. He full of jive. Okay, see, you guys, man. Look, I don't mind you motherfuckers being in this chat room talking shit, but I really don't want to read all this bullshit y'all talking. I'd rather you call in and ask something about the bullshit you talking. How about that? Any motherfucking way. I was telling you about some shit. You know, I wasn't able to keep my enthusiasm like I like to. My zeal, my zest for shit wasn't 1,000 like it always is. And after being in the game and, you know, meeting so many goddamn professional people, I spoke to a friend about it. You know, this is a close friend, and, you know, sadly to say, we done drifted apart. Uh, but when we spoke about this, he told me some interesting things. And I explained what was going on, that I had somehow lost my intensity for what I was doing. And I let him know I wasn't suicidal or nothing like that. But shit wasn't right. And I was attacking things as far as in my life with gusto. But I was waiting to the last minute, and that, you know, leave me in a rush to complete shit. You know, my partner he's a reserved man, a professor, English professor. And he calmly said, man, that's what happened to a lot of great thinkers, man. When something they're studying comes to an end, or it's coming to an end, they can see it's about to end, their mind tries to rebel. You don't want to stop thinking about it, but you do want to come to a conclusion. And you can't get to a conclusion unless you continue to the end. So your mind is making sure you really want it. Because if you have the slightest doubt in what you're doing, you know, this doubt may make you stop, or it may make you get a low grade for the course. See, this is the theme about life and thinking about stuff. See, whether what he said was true or not is not important, because what he said had its importance. What was true about what he said and important is what I took from his statement. If you don't have the right motivation for what you're doing, it won't get done as well as it could have. I'm telling you, I believe so wholeheartedly in what I do. I thought my full passion for it was automatic. But it isn't automatic. You got to continually promote your passion. If I'm faking, I'm only faking on myself. I'm serious about SWU and what becomes of it. I'm in the third or fourth month of this current program, and I'm just learning so much. If you bought in for the price of $100, you would be enrolling in a monthly platinum plan. This platinum subscription to my entire library, along with 4 15-minute one-on-one calls with me. If you come in at the $50 level, this will subscribe you to the gold level, which comes with 2 monthly calls, one-on-ones, and the 30 conversation tools. Sidewalkyou.thinkific.com offers the course totally online. You won't need to deal with the embarrassment of messing up in front of me or messing up in front of the co-students. You know, it just won't be so many people. It'll only be you. You see, learning something is ultra cool, but it does not automatically give you the answers to life's obstacles that's going to certainly continue to come at you. My confidence course will teach you to be prepared for whatever comes to you. And you can do that simply by being true to yourself. You can fool me and you can fool most people, but you cannot fool yourself. I really want to be down with this stuff. And what my friend told me made me see we all need to constantly refocus our goals to stay true to ourselves. What you're doing that's important is committing to something, being serious about it 24/7, and going hard till you get it. You know, I often talk about the lion's life. In my opinion, I give some seriously strong advice. After doing that, I always get a lot of questions. It's because so many points I make in the story have merit in most individuals' lives right now. Those of you who do enroll or have studied my course will be able to hear the gems I have for you. You'll be able to hear them because of the new way of thinking you now have. A lot of you, a lot of you are satisfied with having only a few pieces to this puzzle. And if that makes you feel you're in the mix, cool. I'm with it. But having a few pieces of the puzzle only allows you to risk your life thinking that little bit of information you have will help you survive. These videos and the abadabba you get from SWU goes hand in hand. If you see 5 of my videos and the you think the theme is success, you'll see 5 one-hour videos with totally different information on success. Why? Because life has so many different variations to one thing. You can always learn something new about it. People who've gone to Sidewalk University know to listen to my shit and listen to it and dissect my videos. They soon realize the topics on each video were covered at SWU. On the videos, I'm expounding on the subject, spending time to detail what I couldn't do in school. And they couldn't hear any of it before SWU anyway. But after getting the truth from me, they're armed and ready for life. Sooner or later, you'll realize me and SWU are your closest friends, or we should be your closest friends. Is there ever a time where you won't be you? Is there ever a time you'll deny your existence? If I asked you, when is a lion not a lion? Long as you try to explain when a lion is not a lion, you'll be wrong. No matter how much sense you try to make, your response is flawed on its premise. From birth, men, we should be bred to be as the lion is bred, to do as you please. Now, I do not mean creating havoc and making life chaotic for everyone. I don't mean that kind of do as you please. You must always remember, think questions and situations through and go deeper than your own thoughts about it. Think critically. Now, one person said a lion is not a lion when it's caged. This is not true. Lions in zoos and in captivity are kept semi drugged and full. They're still wild, but as long as the lion is well fed, he'll be happy to laze around all day and just be in the shade. There is no such thing as kind of doing it. It's all or nothing. I remember when I was a young turnout and I saw Philmo Slim on the stroll, sitting in the trunk of his Fleetwood. Philmo, I don't know if you know this about him, but he's a great guitarist. He was strumming his guitar and singing a song he was making up on the spot about MacArthur Track in Oakland. He was singing. I was standing there admiring him, and he had added this lyric. Rosebud, I see you've been rolling by yourself. Pimping is a lonely game. But if you're real about it, you can get the fortune and have all the fame. He said that shit. It didn't take me long to realize how deep his statement was because once I started, pimping, I didn't want to associate with just any man. A real motherfucker as I became wanted to be around top flight motherfuckers. Philmo was in legendary status when I turned out. But the compliment he gave me, I would have missed if I wasn't really down and dirty. Because it ain't easy being in the upper echelon of this habitat. If every man could be top flight, it wouldn't be such a big thing to get in that ranking. But it is a big thing to a real man, and he got to get the message when an OG is kicking his abadabba with him. An OG ain't going to actually tell you how to do stuff. He just going to tell you how stuff is done. It's up to you to figure out how or exactly how what he said pertains to you. Get it or miss it. It's up to you. That's why SW is so important. The abadabba is very important to have. It's very important to understand. That's why so many of you front as if you have it until you get charged. Then you start looking for help when the shark starts surrounding you. Never fear, Professor Rosebud and SW are here. We will prepare you for the race by making sure you get laced. This is a word to the wise, and I'm telling you this for a reason. The white man had and still has a fear of black men that's not comparable with the fear of any other race of man. No man of any culture threatens a white man as black men do. The fear he has of the talent, the brains, the body, the wherewithal black men have simply frightens him to death. The only way he could contain us was by stripping everything away we identified with. And don't let him overhear us say we're the baddest, or we're the badass, or the best in the field we in. That shit drives them crazy. They've realized they must kill us, and that's what they're actually legally doing. They tried caging us, but couldn't keep us caged. The question I asked earlier about a lion, another person said, when he loses his dominant position, he's no longer a lion. This is not true because even in old age, when a challenge arises as best he can, his aggression rises to the occasion. He may be old, but by him being dominant at one time, he certainly wasn't no punk. He has his respect. The younger lions won't let no harm come to him from an outsider lion. And when the lion gets old and knows his dominant his time as being the dominant motherfucker is coming to an end. He ain't gonna hand this crown over easily. But even in defeat, he's still a lion. Only now he can rest, and the pride accepts he's earned his rest. His respect and prestige, they're evident. He just doesn't get first dibs on the lionesses anymore. In life, you're gonna be faced with all kinds of adversarial situations. But just as the lion does, you face each of them as a king would. Face it with no doubt in your mind. You can have fear, just don't be afraid of fear. As far as a lion goes, only the most committed lion would risk all to get what he has come to believe is his to claim. Just as only the committed man will strive for the status of manhood. When we had problems, white people would sit back and hope we killed each other over it. In the streets, we let our abadabba outshine the person who we got beat with. We didn't go out and look for him so we could kill him or do him harm. We went out and looked for him so we could embarrass his ass with the fly shit we just did. We knew the Popo wanted us to go to war. We knew it. Then they didn't want us to go to war so they could shut the stroll down. When that didn't work, the Popo decided to use that safety phrase, I feared for my life. It didn't just start when they, you know, overtly was killing niggas. They overtly was killing motherfuckers that was slick, using that same shit. He's already afraid of you, and now he got to accept you ain't giving a fuck about him or his authority. You gotta die. Fellas, don't give those motherfuckers any reason to paint you with a brush that ain't hardly you. Play safe, stay safe. That's one of the benefits of being the way I'm explaining. It won't take you long to make any decision because you trust yourself. Ask any of my alumni how long it takes me to answer any question they may have, and they'll all tell you maybe a second. I never take longer than a second or two to answer any of your questions. I don't care what they are. Matter of fact, I ain't hearing this damn phone ring. What's up with you guys? Y'all just listening, huh? Women lay in wait to see a man stand up. And when they do see that man with no problem letting women know he knows his value, they cream. It's important for you to show her your value as best you can. It's also important to make sure what you say have meaning to what you believe. You can never make promises that you don't intend on keeping. And even if you have a woman, make sure all your moves are manly. Throughout the entire relationship, it's important to have being a man at the forefront of your daily thoughts. And as you grow into being the real you, it's going to allow different thoughts to occupy your mind. And if your passion is strong enough, being a man will require you to stand on principles that you've adopted, new things you've adopted into your life. You have to accept that you should represent those principles all the time. Lionesses lounge around and watch the lions, watch what the lions do, just as the ladies will sit and watch your moves to judge if they should give you some action. This is one of the reasons you should feel your own stage and everyone's watching. Being this way allows you to never settle. Most of you have settled on whatever woman gives you action. Stop settling for the woman that's fifth or sixth on your list. My arsenal is so dope now, and my conversation flows because it's based on what I see and think in the moment. My course has great value for you if you use it. If you can take an honest inventory of yourself and say you're confident, then so be it. But I want you to ask yourself this. If you're so confident, Why do you listen to my videos ritually? My course outlines simple directives for you to follow to excel. If you study and follow the instructions, you will overcome fear within your first couple of weeks. I know because I lived and thrived off the methods that I share with you. The main reason I do not accept your silly analogies about this abadabba is your manhood is in the air. It's in the air because you didn't get the real information on being a man passed down to you as we did. You must come to grips with women. Your mom can't teach young boys how to be men, no matter what the intentions are. Rappers are fake and can only teach, they can't teach you anything but how to fake like they do. You will realize to get respect from today's women, you must be confident you're showing women a man of commitment. I mean, it's easy to scream out how confident you are, and right after you do, a fine ass motherfucker walk past you and you don't say shit. Even if you don't do what I say, there's only one way to be a man. That's being committed to the principles of manhood. You got to take care of business as if your very existence depended on it, because it does. Now, on another note, you guys need to understand dating. You notice that I've been doing a lot of videos for the last 3 weeks, and hell, the shit has been happening. I know you know Kenny Red passed, but I was thinking about him the other day, and just thinking about the bad timing of his passing. Any damn way, that man was on the roll. He was healthy, drug and alcohol free, and he was having his way. And the nigga had a heart attack. Damn, I missed that nigga. I used to kick it with him periodically, but he actually put it down. You guys today have it rough, but not so rough you should lie down and be walked on by a woman you have desires for. Why do you feel so worthless you'll accept the demeaning traits in the women you see today? That's where you need a better understanding of your value. Have you checked out where you think women see value in the males pursuing them? There's so much you guys don't think about when it comes to how to intrigue a woman. Some of it is because you don't take your mind off sex long enough to see what intrigues or infatuates women. I'm a firm believer if you need to read to get your dating information, you're going to have a hard time at it. I ain't saying that you shouldn't read or know how to read. It is important to know how to comprehend things, especially what you read. My point is if you need to read to elevate your dating game, let's just face it, man, you don't really have any real knowledge on dating in the first place. You gotta evaluate yourself honestly. It's essential if you want to gain poise when you're getting ready for dating. The info you need isn't going to be found in any book you can read. It's found in the book you create from your exploits with dating. Reading about what I did, reading about what whoever did, or somebody's ideas on catching ain't going to improve your chances one iota. That's why what you've read so far hasn't done anything for your catch hand. Don't mistake what I'm saying. Reading does have a fundamental value, and that's about all it has when it comes to dating. Go on and read different material about life and the joys of living because you do want to be well versed. It's not a bad thing You don't know exactly what to do on a date, let alone what to say. But it is a bad thing to not do anything about that. You certainly don't want to be a dummy. I ain't no goddamn dummy. I'm an A student. And in all my years of school, I got two C's and four B's and over 60 A's. What you need to understand is none of that means shit when it comes to dating. When it comes to catching a woman, you could be a straight A student in school and an F student in life. Shoot, this woman could care less what my GPA is or was when I was in school. Women only care about what your knowledge of women is. You need what you're thinking about. You only need what you're thinking about when it comes to elevating your dating game, which means you need to think correctly and elevate your thoughts. I think it's important to read if you want to have a vast knowledge of written material. What good would knowing the radius of a circle do you when it comes time to talking to a woman? By the way, did you know it's not what you say, it's how you say it? That's what really matters. What I'm saying is you cannot expect to read upon any real ways for you to get at a woman. There are exceptions, but they're far and few between. One of the reasons reading won't help you with women is because that's all many of you going to do. You're going to simply read it and think something should occur because you read it. You're not going to implement what you read into your activities. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because if you want to know how to catch a woman, you better deal with a lot of women every day. The best way to elevate your dating abadabble is to deal with hundreds of women each month. I used to speak to over 100 women every few days, and within a week I might get real action from five or six of those. And of those, I might catch one. I don't even want to imagine those odds. If you do the math, you see I was dealing with 20 to 30 women a day and may have only caught one a week, if that. And here's what you're overlooking. At the ratio I'm going, if I catch one a month, that's 12 in a year. Of those 12, all of them may leave. But it's one thing for sure, they all won't stay. That's why you don't show you like either one of them until it's been a few months of her, being with you and paying you and being your woman. Think about it. It's not bad when you think about how long you're gonna actually be doing this shit. Since most women you catch, gonna be gone in a week or two. You look to have two or three bras that you're fucking with at the end of the year. You don't learn this kind of stuff reading. You can only get up on this kind of information by getting up off your ass and going out and messing with women. I know you don't want to sound like a nerd or a bookworm. So when you go out, you got to have more on your mind than what you was reading. That's all reading gonna do for you anyway. Is make you have a lot of information that you don't need in your head. We learned at SWU to accept that knowledge is what you learn in pursuit of mastering your craft, which in our case is catching. You ain't gonna catch a woman worth 2 cents with a big vocabulary. Facebook and other media type women maybe will be impressed with big words, but that's because their media image is fake. What they believe about themselves is fake, but they accept it, hoping you'll accept it too. There's no sentences you can read and memorize to use on a female to make her magically get interested in you. I know you guys aren't slow, so you need to know I'm saying the only weapon you have or need is you. You are your most powerful weapon in this war with society. Shit. At SW, we learn to recognize within the first few minutes if you should stay or not. We learn this because those who don't know it will get charged. Now, you can't deal with a social media type woman and expect her to be real when you meet her. If you do meet up with one, you need to establish almost immediately that you really like what you saw in her photo, not none of the shit she wrote. You got to be sure to let her know you think talk is cheap. And when you let her know that, you've just drawn a line in the sand, letting her also know you don't play around. And if she gets real with you, you can follow your action. You need to establish this shit I'm talking about quickly so you don't waste time. If she's looking good as what you saw in the pics, you should care less. You should be thinking, I know I'm capable of having 5 women that's fine or finer than her ass at the same time. You need a firm mentality like this, and you get that and more from SWU. You need the attitude you're worth far too much to spend 1 second longer talking to her than it takes you to see that she ain't what you want. Make sure you let her see you're not impressed with how fine she is or what she said. You want to deal with what she's saying now. So you got to tell her you're the kind of man who likes to discover his own impressions of a woman. Remember, everything needs to have a mental time limit, or you go find yourself chasing a ghost. Women don't like to be rushed, but if you allow them to dilly dally around, you'll find you wasted your time dealing with her schedule. The way to catch women is to keep them on your time schedule. You'll really make a splash with a woman if she sees you're getting bored with her conversation, especially if you indicate you're about to leave. They'll wonder, who is this man? You probably don't believe it, but what I'm telling you is the truth. You need to understand this stuff sounds so different, and it's because it's true. You've been hearing and dealing with lies. That's why you ain't catching. Deal with the truth. Be real with them broads. Then you'll see. You got way more action than you thought. All right, I'm gone.